What's up, everyone? It's Charles here to do a review for Rocket Punch Army. Today we have the MP-05 Decepticon Spark Hunter Sunstorm. Let you take a quick look at the box here. You'll see a little faint Sunstorm face right there, and you get the typical US release Masterpiece box, which is reminiscent of the Acid Storm box, which has the same shiny Decepticon logo on the purple matte finish. And if we take a look back here, it shows the fighter jet mode, the stand that it includes, and if we move down we see the actual figure itself. So we're going to go ahead now and open this up. Pop this open and let's take a look what we got here. And he comes packaged in jet mode. So let's spin it around. Nice big tray. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, the colors. The yellow, it's a nice yellow. It does have the little flames going on right here. I don't know if that's might be a little bit hard to see. We're going to take them out of the package. How about that, guys? So you can actually see the real color. Alright, move the tray out of the way and pop them out. It's a little wedged in there in the tray. Set them on the side here. See what else we got. We got a Sunstorm stand, which we also got to pop out of this tray. Wow. There we are. And a little Dr. Arkeyville back here, little yellow one with a little clamp right here, and then the rest of the stand there, you'll see it's got the Sunstorm name right on the front and the Decepticon logo right here. And you also get a set of missiles. We'll pop those out and then put them on the figure. What we want to do first before handling him is remove these little rubber band pieces, and they're there for a good reason. That's exactly why. These fins seem to pop off rather easily. But they snap in just as easily. If I can find it here on the floor, pop that in, and you'll see actually this one, yeah, I guess it's, yeah, there you go, pops out very easily. Yeah, pretty much worthless on this side for moving, but no need to really move that around. The figure itself does look really nice. I am digging the flames. I was kind of a little iffy about the whole flame issue. They are done in a nice metallic yellow, and it's not terribly overpowering when you take a look at the entire figure. You got the white nose cone, you got the white bits down here. It kind of looks like a scrambled egg with blood in it. Now the instructions do show it attached right where the null ray bits are. You can get a bit creative if you want. You can just move that to the side and then pop them in right underneath. It's a little bit of a fitment issue, but it is possible. Although not very cool looking, because it does give them a weird angle like that. So I don't know. I guess this is just leftover from the mold, the previous mold, since this is based on the new MP-11 mold. And again, this is popping off. The instructions do show the missiles on the stand, so I guess if you're going to display them, it's always nice to display missiles on the side, I guess. And I do want to move on to some of the gimmicks here. You do get the nose cone that pulls out a bit and to the side. Although there is no painted detail in there, you also have the cockpit. You also have the cockpit here that opens, and here you can put the figure. Let me grab that. Now the figure itself is not terribly bad. It's just terrible. But it is a welcome addition to the set as opposed to not having any pilot at all. He simply just pops right into his seat here. Okay, and that's where he's going to be the rest of the time. We move to the back here. It does have the air brake with a nice little piston here, and if we turn him around, he does actually have landing gear. Right, just got to pop this open here and then pull this out. This is a little bit tricky for me. I'm just going to use the missile to help me along. There you go. You pop it out, and the wheels are plastic, but the actual base part is die-cast metal, which is nice. And if we move back here, you can pop these open. All right, it helps if you got nails. And again, plastic wheels, and the actual door flaps are plastic like the rest of the figure. Now technically you can, just display them like that. Let's move the camera down a bit here. It does roll. It's not the most smoothest kind of rolling, due to the fact that the number one, the wheels are plastic, and the weight of the figure on these little tiny wheels doesn't really help. And number two, the bottom of these wheels, the part that actually gets the traction, it just barely peeks over the panel here. There's also a neat little gimmick back here. You pop this open, and I guess you can take a look at the engine detail right in there, which is really cool. The ideal way of displaying this guy is to actually use the base. We're going to take this right here, slide the side right there, and then prop this guy right on. It's got a little nub right here, this little yellow nub. It goes right in this little section here, so that's a bit of a guide there. Pop that in, and also be wary of the little hook here, which goes right on top of these white bits. So you got to kind of feed the hook in first, then pop in the yellow piece, the little nub thingy, and there you go. That's probably the best way to display this guy in jet mode. And then of course the missiles can go right to the base here, just like that, just to have them there since they don't go on the actual jet itself anymore because these things are in the way. And while we're on the subject of the base, you'll see here the instructions have the original mold because it's got these little skirts hanging off the side. It's kind of weird that they didn't just redraw it for this. It might confuse a few people, I guess, but then it also shows these hidden missile pods. I'm going to try and figure that out in just a moment. And then here, down here, it says missiles, and it shows the null rays pointing backwards, and then it shows them flipping them around to activate them. I actually thought it was going to show me how to put the other missiles on there, but it doesn't. And then another gimmick I forgot to show you, which I will in a second, is the adjustable thrust vector, which pretty much means that these bits back here, which form the heel, can move around, just like as they would in a real jet. And we'll check out the hidden missile pod feature, which the instructions just show it just doing this. Although I don't see anything missile-y about that, but that's what it would be. But overall, an excellent looking jet mode. I do like the realism of it. It could actually fit in with other scale model airplanes and not look out of place at all, except for the ridiculous color. And it does have beautiful Decepticon logos here. They are metallic purple. When I was looking at them really close, I did notice the light yellow is masked off to paint this gold. And right here, this little piece, it looks like a little mushroom cloud, is actually painted over the gold. Instead of masking this to leave the yellow underneath, they painted over it, which is kind of weird. They masked everything else, but this part is painted. That's just a little thing I noticed. The next thing we want to tackle is transformation, so I'm going to look over the instructions real quick and then we'll get started. So yeah, so let's start transformation. Pop the legs out, then fold these down and spin them around. What the f are you talking about? Spin them around. Then fix these bits on the wings. Fold the fins up and then work on the legs. The little gimmick I had shown you before about opening the engine detail, that's actually hiding parts of the feet here. Or the heels actually. Alright, so go ahead and pull those out. And in case you didn't know, this is one of the upgrades also from the original mold, which constantly just fell over. And then we go to the front and you'll form the feet right here. Then push these bits up like that to make clearance for the feet. Let's separate the wings from up here like that. And bring this section up. And this is a part here I don't really like. It's not that terribly difficult, it's just annoying, and I'm like a little bit frustrating because I really don't want to use the instructions to show me exactly how to do it. I just want to do it. And this little bit, it's a little confusing, but you pull it to the side and then down. Alright, in case you're wondering how to do that. Make sure this is out, because that's what's causing the issue here of it not wanting to go down. And then hide it behind these side panels like so. Alright, then bring the arms down, fix the null rays to the side of the arms, bring the hands out like that. Then you want to snap this part of the nose, open the cockpit, bring this in, close the cockpit. Then you want to kind of help the head along. The sides of the head kind of squeeze in. They got little spring-loaded bits on the side where the ears are. Help the head along and push the cone right through here. Bring it out towards the back and then fold down. Then push this whole entire section down. You want to make sure the arm's clear. So you want to make sure these panel bits are out of the way, and just push it all the way down till you get this really satisfying snap. And on the back you want to get this tab right into that hole. It's not going to happen unless you push this metal rod. This is also die cast right here. Right, that metal rod gets pushed in. That's where the landing gear is, by the way. Just push it right in and it sort of stays right back there, and then now this piece can lodge right in, and that holds this whole area secure. Then you can go ahead and fold the wings over the back here, and you'll notice this one has gone limp. It doesn't even stay up. I don't know what's going on with that. It was like that from opening the package. Yeah, so that's a bummer. And would it have been so hard to put a tab over here that would go right into this slot here? That would be a perfect spot to get that to fit in there. But I guess they're trying to keep the wing clean, but still something better than this design would have been nice. Right, and I'm pretty much done with him, except, like I said before, these things always pop out. So both of them fell out during the transformation, but just pop them right back on. And yeah, aside from this bum wing, the figure does look great. Although it's really hard to get excited over an $80 figure that's defective. Because look at that. I don't know if anybody else has these issues. It's the first time I've really come across this issue. But again, I don't transform these. And I think my Thundercracker was doing that, but it stays up. This literally does not want to stay up. So that's very annoying. And I do want to show you the articulated hands. I was going to really complain about this. In fact, I had to re-edit the video because I realized they come backwards from the factory. So what you want to do with the fingers, if they pop off very easily, like if you do this and they pop off because they're supposed to fold, just spin the 3 around, and then now you'll notice they are articulated correctly. And as a matter of fact, the index finger is also reversed. So there we go. And of course they are like that on this side too. So it's a little case of QC issue going on here. There we go. Now they fold nice without falling apart. Now normally at this point I'd be comparing him to the Takara Sunstorm, but I do not have that one. Unfortunately, guys. But that concludes the review. Again, awesome figure. It's the same as the other Seekers. If you think they're awesome, you're going to like this one too. It's just a color thing, and on mine it's a little issue thing with the wing. But other than that, I do love it. I do love the colors. So it's a good addition to my collection. But you know, your mileage will vary depending on whether or not you do like the colors and or the character. But that's going to be it for now, guys. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Until next time, bye-bye.